Let's go get tattooed. Hello my loves, if you're new here, my name is Lily. I am an anxious girl who loves to read, and if you're not new here, welcome back. I love to see you back. Love to have you back, whatever, however you say it. I love you. This is the fit. I'm wearing my favourite comfy jeans, just a shirt that I can remove because I am tattooing my arms. And then just a little single strap. Sunglasses. We have my pre-packed bag and my headphones. I'm gonna bike to the station and then I'm gonna travel to my tattoo artist. The train ride takes about an hour, so I've got my trusty Kindle with me. I'm gonna be reading on the train and maybe listening to something. I'll probably listen to an audiobook as I bike down to the station. And we're gonna get to tattooing. Let's go get stabbed with a needle over and over again as I'm on my period. I am incredibly excited. Hello! Placement for these cuties, and then we're gonna flip this so that the like lemons are towards the outside. My babies. I am at home. This lighting is a bit yellow, but we're gonna have to deal because it's getting dark and I don't have a better light. Is this better? Not that it made any difference. Can you see me now? On today's episode of Lily the Bibliophile, I'm back from the tattoo artist, from my lovely Emma. She did such an amazing job as always, and we always have such a great time, and it's just like, I'm not even going to get tattooed anymore. I'm just going to hang out with Emma, and I just happened to get some tattoos. As you can see, you can already peek them. I mean, I showed you as we were doing them a little bit. We've now got this like second skin tape on, so like it's not gonna look as it's going to without the tape. But I am in love with these lemons. They are adorable. And with these little leaves and everything. Look at how cute they are. Like, they are absolutely adorable. I am obsessed with all of these. Like, my arms just keep getting better and better because I just keep getting more and more beautiful tattoos. I'm normally not this made up when I go and get tattooed, and I just happen to sleep with my hair in one of those scarves that they look, so it looks good. For once, I'm actually like properly made up for a video. I usually only film me just the way I am. When I'm at from the front, like head on facing you, you can obviously see the lemons, but I feel like they sit there really cutely, and they just ended up to be in the perfect spot because we put them down here first and that just didn't look right, so then we moved them up to here and it just looks perfect. Like they sit perfectly there. And we started lower with the horses as well, but it also didn't look right, so we moved them up and now they look absolute. We actually didn't start that low, we like started here and then we moved them up a bit and now they're perfect. So I love that when I'm like head on, you can hint, like you get a little sneak peek of the first horse. And then there we have them. I'm so happy. They look so good. I am absolutely obsessed. And then of course, the finale, the one that we actually started with, funnily enough. I went in the wrong order now, but it's about time that I got a little book. Like, how could I not, you know? Look at that. Look at how stunning that is. Like the line work on all of these and the shadowing and just everything. She's so good at her job. Like, she's so talented. I am obsessed. So we've got a little book, and then of course like we have these on the inside, so the horses and the book are on the same arm, and then on this arm we've got the lemons, but we've got some of the tattoos down here and back here and here and one here too. So I've got tattoos pretty much everywhere now. We also have a little snake right here. I mean, I named my snake because I can't speak. My snake is very important to me. It is in one of my most like vulnerable spots, and it's also one of my most like vulnerable tattoos. One of my reasons. This is my Medusa tattoo. I didn't want Medusa's entire face, so I did a snake in between my breasts because it's just for me. But I named her Danny because I thought that was cute. Danny the snake, D-A-N-I. And I feel like now I've got to name my little horses as well. In the future we'll be doing a fox. My stomach just made a noise. So then I will have to name that fox as well. So I need name recommendations for my little horses. I mean, they are all bookish tattoos. Like this one is the most like obviously bookish because it is quite literally a book. Then the lemons, if you have any guesses for why the lemons, put them down below. I'm actually gonna go fetch that book. So whilst I do that, put your guesses down below. I'll be back. Do you have your guesses? Why lemons? Why? What is this for? The thing is, this is a book that I wanted multiple quotes from. And then one of those quotes was chase the moon. But I feel like I have kissed the sky. And chase the moon and kiss the sky kind of means the same thing for me. So I was like, what motive can I do for this book? And not do another text. Because I have a few. Well, I have 3, 4. So I was like, you know what? Lemons. Have you guessed? Have you guessed? Have you guessed? The 7-year slip. Oh, actually lemons on the cover. I'm not a liar. I told Emma, I was like, well, there's lemons on the cover. And she was like, yeah, I know. But, and then when I said that, I was like, are there actually lemons on the cover? But there are. So, I mean, lemon pie. They make lemon pie. If you haven't read this, read it. Like, it is absolutely amazing. Ashley Poston's book, The 7-Year Slip. And then the horses. The thing is, all of my books have meanings that has to do with books, but the horses actually have multiple meanings. The horses' meaning is threefold, I think, and there's also 3 horses, so I feel like that makes sense. But I've been an equestrian since I was like 4 or 5 years old. Like, I've always done equestrianism. Is that how you say it? I've always ridden horses. I've always loved horses. I was at the stable as a kid once a week. I had horses that I like helped others with, so I was in the stable more times a week. Horses speak to my soul. They're my favorite people on the planet. It's partly for my plain love of horses that is always going to be there. I will always be an equestrian and a horse girl at heart. Another childhood connection is, and if anyone doesn't know this movie, you need to go watch it right now, Spirian. No, I was gonna say Cinnamon and Spirit, and then I said Spirian. Spirit, the stallion of the Cinnamon. I think it's Cinnamon. Bryan Adams is the voice of a horse, and he sings all of the songs, and it's just absolutely amazing. Like, You Can't Take Me, Get Off of My Back, Sound the Beagle, Here I Am. Like, the soundtrack slaps. The soundtrack goes so hard. Like, it is so good. Stallion of the Cimarron. I added a couple of N's. It's this one. It is so good. Like, it is so good. So one of these horses is Spirit. Like, or Rain, depending on which horse you want it to be. But one of these horses is Spirit or Rain, depending on, because there's another horse in that movie named Rain. And then I'm just so happy. And then the other two horses can actually be two horses from the same series. And that is, I know I already have a tattoo for this book, but the two of these horses are for this other book, specifically for one couple from this book series. And that is Throne of Glass. And this is my Throne of Glass tattoo. It's also a tattoo for my dog at the same time. It makes sense when you hear the reasoning behind it, but that tattoo is twofold. Anyway, but we have the Asterian horses, right, from Throne of Glass, especially in the later books, but we see them for the first time in, depending on the order you read it, either I think it's Crown of Midnight or the Assassin's Blade, depending on what you read when. But Chaol is gifted, I believe, an Asterian horse from Dorian for his birthday. That's not really a spoiler. My phone is doing things that it wants to do and not what I want it to do. We have Selena's Asterian horse, which is Cassida, and it's a horse that she frees from like a bad man's stable. And then we also have Ansel, because Ansel steals a horse at the same time, and that is Hisely. So, you know, we could say that it's all three horses from all the three Asterian horses that are actually in the Throne of Glass book. But what it's mostly for is Spirit, and then we have Cassida. I believe you pronounce it like Cassida. Aylin's Asterian horse. And then, I mean, I think Aylin's is the third, or Selena. This is Cassida, I would say. Should I just name her Cassida? I feel like I want my own name. But this is for Cassida. And then this one is for, and I don't want to mispronounce it, her name, which is why I have a name right here. Farasha. I believe you pronounce it like Farasha. And that is, from the beginning, Chaol Westfall's horse. Now, I have not tattooed in this horse for Chaol Westfall. I want to be very clear with that. I don't hate Chaol, but I don't love him enough to get a tattoo for him. That tattoo is actually for Elide and Lorcan, who are, I think, maybe my favorite couple from the Throne of Glass books. Like, I'm obsessed with the two of them. And Elide, at one point in the story, spoiler warning, steals Chaol's horse Farasha to ride out on a battlefield and save Lorcan's life. So Farasha is a beautiful black mare with an ebony mane. She is actually not an Asterian horse, she's a Muniki horse. Don't know what that means. And I believe, it doesn't say here, but I believe that Farasha means joy, which is surprising because she is she's a wild one. No, it doesn't mean joy. Her name means butterfly. And Farasha is a very opinionated horse who, there's a quote here about Farasha from one of the books. Farasha had tried to take a chunk out of the soldier nearest her the moment the hood had come off of her head. So she's a very feisty horse. So she reminds me of Spirit in that way as well, because he also like tries to take bites out of people who he doesn't want to have near him. And Farasha tries to take bites out of men often, which I also feel like I can relate to, because I don't like men much either. It's mainly for like Farasha and Spirit and Elide and Lorcan, and then like we have Aelin, Selena's horse, Khalida, on a corner. But that horse mostly like represents my love of horses. That was a very long explanation, but I feel like it makes sense. To me it makes sense, and that's what's the most important. Also, it helps that they're absolutely gorgeous. Like, they're stunning. All my dreams have come true. I do want to get more. Like, this is not the last time I'm getting tattooed. It was just the 3 I did this time. So hello. I am so happy with today. I have had a great time, but we're going to end this video right here. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you had a great time. I love to see you again in a different video at a different time, so please subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day, a nice week, a nice month. Be kind to one another always, and as I said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.